Hello, my name is Ben Hazell. I'm the lead teacher at Sophia High School for project-based learning. And I'm just going to talk today a little bit about what we do in the subject, how we incorporate the Sustainable Development Goals, the type of kind of online pedagogy that we use, as well as some of the digital resources and strategies. Um, so to start with, project-based learning uh, it works around the Sustainable Development Goals created by the UN. Um, and within those, we bring in a range of different academic topics to suit the sustainable development goal that we look at. And this will hopefully make more sense as we go through. So there are 17 different sustainable development goals, each of which work towards making the world a better place. They're known as global goals, and they're 17 integrated and interrelated goals that end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that humanity enjoys peace and prosperity by 2030. As well as being significant goals for human development, they also provide fantastic learning opportunities for both developing academic rigor and learning fundamental issues of the world that we live in. So the different 17 goals link to different kind of parts of education. So there are some that lend themselves very well to things like biology and science and geography. In terms of if we look at SDG 14 and 15 that focus on life below water and life on land, there are some that are more socially focused. So things like no poverty and combating hunger and providing quality education. And there's some that are a bit more diplomatic and perhaps political. So things like peace, justice, and what makes strong institutions. And so what we do is we have created schemes of work around different sustainable development goals that incorporate academic subjects that reflect the sustainable development goal. And I'll give you a few examples. So a couple of the units of work that we've done across the years so far. One with Key Stage 2 is based on Sustainable Development Goal 16, so peace, justice, and strong institutions. And this has lent itself very well to history, to English, and global perspectives. So, in this sense, we looked at historical examples of failed institutions as well as successful ones, looking at what made them work and what were the failures. We've allowed reflective writing on conflict resolution, and then we've built this towards creating model communities on different formats, bringing in things like declarations of independence and setting rules around different parts of life. Secondly, a second example then is SDG 15. So this is life on land, and through the kind of name itself, you can tell that it's a bit more sciencey, a bit more geographically focused, and it lends itself to so geography, science, and then again global perspectives. With some of the kind of key themes being what are the threats to life on land, things like deforestation and climate change and urban expansion, what biological processes are important, and then what can we do to solve these problems. So things like the Great Green Wall Initiative, and there's been opportunity then to make some of our own projects. What does learning look like? Within PBL, we use a range of online learning techniques to promote progress, much like all subjects across Sophia High School. So lessons are interactive and personalized. We use online learning tools like collaborative resources like Canva, Google Education, Bluekit, Mentimeters, and CurryPods, as well as opportunities for AR and for VR. So there's a vast range. Some more that I'm learning every day that I investigate different topics, Minecraft education, and then a range of digital resources as well. So the live lessons, much like all subjects across Sophia High School, PBL utilizes collaborative platforms to ensure interactive, personalized lessons. And then fundamental to the kind of pedagogical approach is developing inquiry-driven projects. So setting a broad theme at the start, these would be the kind of sustainable development goals, and then working towards aims and objectives consistently across the series of weeks or term that we focus on the project. Using digital platforms to collaborate or work independently, students work towards tackling overarching inquiries. And the cross-curricular nature of the subject leads to a range of activities and skills being developed. So there's lots of opportunities for group work, for collaboration, for literacy and comprehension, for statistical analysis and critical thinking, analyzing historical sources, doing some map work, and all these different subjects that we can bring into project-based learning. This has been a fantastic revelation for me, using different methods of kind of accessing amazing parts of the world, all from an online perspective. So some examples of reality that we've looked at is national parks and museum tours. So the ones that we can see here, this is a perspective of Yosemite National Park, where you can go around and explore all of the different things that the national park has to offer. And then the bus here, if you can guess it, is actually the bus from the Rosa Parks Museum. So you can go into the bus, you can find where she sat, as well as go through with kind of like different placards across the museum. So there's a fantastic capability to embed augmented reality into schemes of work, and it just continues to grow and grow the possibility to do this. We also use things like Frame VR to display work and to present different things and presentations. You can see a bit of a screenshot here of an art gallery that we've put together for one project with Key Stage 1. There's further digital resources as well that we use. So a few examples here. This is a website on the Global Peace Index, which is an interactive map showing peace scores around the world. So when we're linking back to that SDG 16 on justice and what makes a peaceful society, we can kind of explore together what makes the peaceful societies across the world. National archives. So I try and bring in quite a lot of history and different lessons, and we can use national archives for direct primary sources. It's a little bit difficult to see here, but this one is of a child worker in 1836, I believe it was, 3 years after the factory laws came in, and we can see kind of their working hours and real kind of live resources of what it would look like. And then we use BBC Bitesize and other interactive activities on historical crises or different events. The breadth and the units studies mean that online resources can be utilized in a range of different ways, including, like I say, videos, archives, articles, reports, and data. And then whole school projects as well as having regular scheduled lessons where we bring in typical academic subjects like history and geography, maths and science and biology, whatever it might be. There's also times where we'll collapse the timetable or embed and commit quite a lot of time to certain project-based learning projects. So things like entrepreneurship and COP25 agendas. So throughout the year, there are opportunities for whole school projects. We'll have live talks from successful entrepreneurs. We'll develop products and projects, creating a pitch deck and then pitch to investors for the entrepreneurship project. And then with COP25, we'll learn about the convention on climate change, build projects on the biggest issues, and present across the school in virtual reality. So ultimately, there's huge kind of scope for project-based learning. It brings in a range of different academic subjects, and we embed kind of collaborative tools as well as academic rigor from subjects, as well as having opportunities for whole school collaboration with different projects and different ideas. Fantastic. Thank you very much for listening. And I'll pause there.